These YouTube Partner Program terms, the base terms, together with the YouTube Terms of Service, the YouTube Channel Monetization Policies, and any modules that you accept, together, the terms, apply to your participation in the YouTube Partner Program. Please read the terms carefully. If you do not understand or accept any part of the terms, you should not click Accept. How these terms work. Monetization of your content on the service is governed by the terms, including one or more modules which specify the terms that apply to monetization of different types of content or parts of the service, each module. Different eligibility criteria will apply to each module. And, if you are eligible, you can review the relevant terms and accept the module in order to enable that particular type of monetization. When you accept a module, it is incorporated into the terms and may be modified or terminated only as set out below.
What we pay you. When you accept a module, YouTube will pay you partner earnings under that module. Partner earnings are the amounts described in a module as calculated in line with the following. Revenue calculations. Under each module, partner earnings are calculated from the portion of net revenues that the module describes as being attributed to your content. Net revenues means the total amount of relevant revenues recognized by YouTube under U.S. generally accepted accounting principles. Net of any taxes collected or payable by YouTube. Tax S means all government-imposed tax obligations, including taxes, duties, and withholdings, except those based on net income, net worth, asset value, property value, or employment. Refunds, chargebacks, or decline payments. Fees payable to platform, device, or other distribution partners. And country pass-through costs. Country pass-through costs means those amounts that YouTube has notified you it will deduct and that represent costs incurred by YouTube in relation to a third-party rights. B. Regulatory fees, including any fees or costs that YouTube pays to any third party to comply with any laws or regulations. And or C. Platform taxes or levies, in each case incurred with respect to a particular country or region in which your content is displayed or monetized. YouTube will notify you of any applicable country pass-throughs, including the amount of and method for calculating such country pass-throughs at least 45 days before they are deducted. Rights clearance adjustment, where YouTube is made aware by one or more third parties that you may not have obtained all necessary rights in your content. For example, rights in music, as required under the YouTube Terms of Service uncleared rights. Such content may need to be removed from the service, and where it is not, you may not be entitled to earn revenue in relation to it. However, in certain circumstances, as detailed in the rights clearance adjustment policies, YouTube may instead seek to obtain some or all of the uncleared rights and then decrease the partner earnings that would otherwise be payable to you. A rights clearance adjustment. Those policies contain the details of 1. The circumstances and countries where rights clearance adjustments apply. 2. How YouTube may have been made aware that your content includes uncleared rights. For example, as a result of a specific claim of rights by one or more third parties. 3. How you may challenge the basis for any such rights clearance adjustment, for example, by appealing a Content ID claim. And 4. How YouTube calculates the revenue payable to you to account for uncleared rights. Non-qualifying revenues. YouTube may either 1. Withhold or adjust any partner earnings associated with a breach of the terms, including the YouTube channel monetization policies, or 2. Charge back or offset such amounts against future partner earnings payable to you. YouTube will notify you if any of these circumstances occur and provide details about how you can appeal in accordance with these policies.
When you will not be paid. YouTube is not obligated to monetize your content, including displaying any advertisements in connection with it, and may determine the type and format of ads and other forms of monetization available on the service. In addition, you are not entitled to earn or receive partner earnings. A. Where associated with a breach of the terms, including the YouTube channel monetization policies. B. Where YouTube has suspended or terminated your access to parts of the service under Section 6, or C. Unless YouTube has a specific obligation to share revenues with you under a module that you have accepted. For example, you are not entitled to earn revenues in relation to ads shown on search result pages. How we pay you. Payment account requirement. In order to earn or receive partner earnings under these base terms, you must at all times have an active AdSense account associated with your YouTube user accounts, or such other payment method as approved by YouTube. Payment process. YouTube will pay you any partner earnings due under these base terms within 60 days after the end of any calendar month, so long as your earned balance is at least US $100, or its equivalent in local currency. When payment is due, YouTube may, acting reasonably and with notice to you, delay payment of partner earnings in accordance with applicable policies, including 1. For up to 90 days while it investigates whether all or part of any such partner earnings are subject to withholding or other measures under Section 2C, or 2. Until resolution of any third-party disputes relating to rights in your content. Taxes. All payments of partner earnings are inclusive of any taxes, as defined above, that you may be required to collect from YouTube. YouTube will withhold taxes if legally required. You will timely provide any customary tax documentation reasonably requested by YouTube.
Changes to the terms. We may need to make changes to the terms, including the YouTube channel monetization policies or a module, for example. 1. To reflect changes to our service. 2. For legal, regulatory or security reasons, or 3. To prevent abuse or harm. If we materially change the terms then, except in urgent situations, such as preventing ongoing abuse or responding to legal requirements, we will provide you with reasonable advance notice and the opportunity to review the changes. If you do not agree to the update, you will be able to terminate the impacted terms or opt out or stop your use of the relevant part of the service before the notice expires. Suspending or terminating monetization. You may disable monetization of your content under certain modules at any time by opting out via YouTube Studio. If you do not comply with the terms then, in addition to any action we may take under the YouTube Terms of Service, YouTube may take action in accordance with the YouTube channel monetization policies, including 1. Immediately suspending monetization of all or a subset of your content under any module together with access to any monetization tools made available to you by YouTube, or 2. Permanently disabling monetization by terminating your participation in the YouTube Partner Program immediately, or, if required by applicable law, with prior written notice. In either case, we will notify you when we enforce our policies, and will also let you know how to appeal. Termination of these terms. Terminations for convenience. Either you or YouTube may terminate these base terms, or one or more individual modules, for convenience with 30 days prior notice to the other party. Terminations for cause. You may immediately terminate these base terms by notice if YouTube commits a material breach. If YouTube permanently disables monetization of all of your content under Section 6, suspending or terminating monetization, above, these base terms and all modules will be considered terminated. Effect of termination. For clarity, where these base terms are terminated, the YouTube Terms of Service will survive and continue to apply to any continued use of the service by you. Governing law. The governing law and dispute resolution provisions of the YouTube Terms of Service apply to these base terms and any modules. Conflicts. Where there is any conflict between these base terms and 1. A module, the module will apply, and 2. The AdSense terms, these base terms will apply, and 3. The YouTube Terms of Service, these base terms will apply. Miscellaneous. Capitalized terms used but not defined in these base terms will have the meanings given to such terms in the YouTube Terms of Service. These base terms, and any modules, replace all previous or current versions of the YouTube Partner Program terms, or equivalent, between you and YouTube.
However, any separate agreements that you may have entered into with YouTube that amended or incorporated a previous version of the YouTube Partner Program terms will be deemed to apply to these base terms. Except as modified by these base terms, the YouTube Terms of Service remain in full force and effect. You may provide notice to YouTube by emailing legal-notices@google.com. Any notices by YouTube will be delivered in accordance with the applicable policies. You represent that 1. You are at least 18 years of age, or 2. You are the parent or guardian of a YouTube Partner Program participant aged between 13 and 18 and are agreeing to these terms on their behalf.